category A, category B. And in category A, you have certain services, and in category B, you have certain services. So there are nearly 100 central services. The number of persons who are recruited into the All India service every year is nearly 200 to 250. It varies between 200 to 250, which means that there will be nearly 80 to 100 Indian administrative service officers, about 50 to 60 or 50 to 80 IPS officers, and the remaining Indian Forest Service officers. The All India service officers, though they are selected by the Union Public Service Commission. Yes, Ruchika, you want to say something? The All India service officers, though they are selected by the UPSC in the national examination, in the national competitive examination, are not employees of the Government of India. Please remember this. The All India service officers, though they are selected by the UPSC and the examination is conducted in terms of the directions of the Ministry of Home, Government of India, they are not employees of the Government of India. Once they are selected, they are allotted to a particular state and they continue in that state for their life. They may go to occasionally Government of India on central deputation, on what is called central deputation. But they are employees of the state and the state government is their employer. Please remember that. Unlike this, the central service officers are the employees of Government of India. Central service officers are the employees of Government of India. The list of central service officers, list of central services for which examination is conducted again by the UPSC is available, and it will be available in the net. Some of you who are interested can go through that. In addition to the All India services and central services, there are now as many as about 6 security services. Out of the services which deal with security and police, and those belonging to the Government of India are the following. 1. And they are called Central Police Services. These are called Central Police Service. The first one is the Assam Rifles, AR. Number 2 is the Border Security Force, BSF, Border Security Force. The third one is the Central Industrial Security Force, CRPF. The fourth one is Indo-Tibetan Border Police, Indo-Tibetan Border Police. The fifth one is the National Security Guards, NSG. The sixth one is Sashastra Seema Bal. Sashastra Seema Bal. It's called SSB. Why am I mentioning this? I am mentioning this because the recruitment into the central police services is substantial these days. It is significant. It is substantial. The link is already displayed.
Yes,
Tirupati?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have some people joined in the YouTube?
Normally have done that.
Now, the students who are not able to join this, Jansi, I think we should increase the capacity to about 300 now, later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From 100 to 300, it's not much. It can always be done. Please check whether we can increase it by a certain amount of additional fee, additional amount.
Okay, sir.
Now, the 6 central police forces, they employ lakhs of persons. The central police forces employ lakhs of police force, and in terms of the latest directions of Government of India, which again is in pursuance of the Supreme Court, a significant employment is available for women in all of the central police force. So please remember that. Please remember that. 1 minute. Now, there is a significant, almost 30% of the central. How many people have joined Tirupati?
28 watching, sir, on YouTube.
28 on YouTube, sir. 100 on.
Okay, right. Now, there is a significant proportion of the central police forces available for women. That's where it is interesting. I do not think any of you have heard of the central police forces and the recruitment of women. Have you heard of that? Any of you? Any participant now who is part of this Zoom session? ఎవరైనా సెంట్రల్ పోలీస్ ఫోర్సెస్ గురించి విన్నారా? హలో, సెంట్రల్ పోలీస్ ఫోర్స్ ఝాన్సీ గారు. Now please prepare a 1-page note about each one of the central police forces. CRPF, ITBP, then Sashastra Bhima Dal, Central Industrial Security Force. వాటన్నిటి గురించి కూడా నోట్స్ తయారు చేయండి, and then we will understand. We will make them understand what these are. Now, all of them, in addition to these All India services, central services, central police force, there are various opportunities available in different states. The opportunities available in different states are the state civil service. The first one is the state civil service. The state civil service primarily consists of deputy collectors, the administration at the state level. Then you have the state police service, the DSPs, etc. Then you have other group 1 services like social welfare officers, tribal welfare officers. Then you have the district registrars of cooperative societies, deputy registrars of cooperative societies. You have the district registration officers, and all these recruitments take place. Of course, in Telangana you had the problem of the Public Service Commission getting into difficulties because of the leaking of question papers. But in a number of states, these examinations are conducted regularly. The Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh has given so much of priority for the recruitment and the conduct of examinations that he personally went during his recent trip to New Delhi, met the chairman of the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission spent about 2 to 3 hours with them on the manner in which the Public Service Commission examinations conducted by the Telangana State Public Service Commission are properly held at regular intervals. I am very happy that the Chief Minister has accorded the highest priority for this item. So all of you have an excellent opportunity. There are a number of vacancies that are available. The State Public Service Commission is being revamped. They will soon be conducting examinations not only for state civil service but also for police service and for other services. Other services, I have told you which are the other services belonging to Group 1. All these are Group 1. Then the second category in the state is state subordinate services. State subordinate services. These are called Group 2. The state subordinate services are called Group 2. They are all the assistant social welfare officers, the sub-registrars of cooperative department, sub-registrars of registration department, and some categories of municipal commissioners, etc. So there will be a number of posts that will be soon notified, and all of you, I am sure, at least those who are coming in the back bracket for recruitment, those who are getting the necessary qualification and age, will take your chance. Then you have what are called the lecturers posts in government colleges, the degree lecturers and the junior lecturers. And the junior lecturers are those who teach the junior intermediate students, the intermediate students in various junior colleges. So they will also be a substantial number. What is it that is assessed in all these? What do you think is assessed in all these examinations? Can anybody tell me? ఈ పరీక్షల్లో ఏ రకమైనటువంటి అసెస్మెంట్ జరుగుతుంది? Can any of you tell me what kind of an assessment goes on of the individual? You know, the UPSC, when it conducts an examination for about 1,000 to 1,500 posts, almost 13 lakh students take the examination all over the country. The latest figures are 13 lakh students take the examination conducted by the UPSC, both for All India services and for the central services. So that is a kind of competition. So obviously somebody who has prepared well will do better than a person who has not prepared at all. So this is the basic gist of the opportunities that are available. In addition to these opportunities, you also have a number of other organizations belonging to the CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, etc. Akkada, a number of scientists are normally taken in, and if you do very well, you can get an opportunity of working in the prestigious CSIR institutions or DRDO institutions. So these are all the opportunities available. For all of them, as I have already told you, the first thing is your reading of the newspaper. Reading of the newspaper every day without fail. I have already mentioned that you should read an English newspaper for about 1.5 hours. And out of that 1.5 hours, you should make it a point of going through all the items on the front page, all the items in the editorial page, read all the editorials, read the articles in the editorial page, etc. These are a must. And then in the Hindu newspaper, on certain days, you have columns relating to a full page relating to science and technology. Modern developments in the field of science and technology are mentioned clearly in that page on science and technology. You have pages devoted to international affairs. You have pages again devoted to business and commerce. Pages devoted to business and commerce. You also have a feature which is called text and context. It's called the text and context. Any item which they want you to understand in a more detailed manner, that is published as an item in the text and context. In fact, Hindu brings out what is also called a school edition. Every day Hindu brings out a school edition, and that school edition will only cost 6 rupees per day. However, the Hindu e-edition, electronic edition, you can subscribe at 1200 rupees per year. The electronic edition of Hindu, you can subscribe at 1200 rupees per year. Have you subscribed to that, Jansi Garu?
సార్ మనకి లేదు కానీ షేర్ చేస్తున్నాం సార్ స్టూడెంట్స్ కి.
That sharing is no good. నేను ఏం చెప్పాను, ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ ఎడిషన్ కి ఒకటి సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసి అది ఒక ప్రొజెక్టర్ ద్వారా ఒక స్క్రీన్ మీద డిస్ప్లే చేస్తే ఆ స్క్రీన్ మీద డిస్ప్లే చేసిన ఐటమ్స్ పిల్లలకి మెంటరింగ్ చేయాలి 1 or 2 lectures every day.
Yes, sir.
So please do that. I think this should be done in the next 3-4 days. Please subscribe to the electronic edition. You have computers and also projectors in the computer lab.
యాక్చువల్గా మన లైబ్రరీలో కూడా ప్లాన్ చేద్దాం.
Hello?
సో మ్యూట్ చేస్తాం సార్ ఎవరో.
So please subscribe to the electronic edition and make sure that every day some lecturer takes care of the conduct of the display of news items. That lecturer should be present and be mentoring the students at least for a couple of months so that they understand. As you read the newspaper, in addition to writing the gist of the newspaper, you have to do 1 or 2 things. One, you have to write the difficult words which you have come across in the news item. There will be a number of words which you are not familiar with. So please write down those words. You should write down the word. Find out the meaning of that word from the dictionary. The dictionaries are also available in the net. Write down the meaning and write that word in your own sentence. You have to use that in a sentence of your own. Conflict is the word that I am now using. Conflict. Can any student tell me and put it in her own sentence? Any student, conflict. Use it in your own sentence and tell me. If students do not come out, I myself ask them to formulate the sentence. Anusha Gaud. Unmute Anusha Gaud.
Yes, sir.
What is a conflict?
Disagreement.
That's all? Alright. Use a give me a sentence with that word. What are you studying, Anusha? Please switch on your video. Have you? Have you switched on your video? I would like to see you. Are you in YouTube? No, I don't think they can communicate if they are in YouTube. What? How do you use the word conflict?
We use when it is in an argument.
You use it. You let me know. Let me have a sentence using that word. Ahalya. Ahalya. Ahalya, are you there? I think people are leaving.
Yes, sir. Question అడుగుతుంటే
The moment we started asking questions, people are leaving.
అప్పుడే
Huh? There are 19 of them from out of 80 who left.
yes, sir.
And
యూట్యూబ్ లెక్కలో జాయిన్ అవుతుంది సార్.
Even YouTube also they left, sir. 20% left
out of
from 60.
60. You see, this is the tragedy. ఈశ్వరుని మనుషులు ఉంటే దేశమే గతి బాగుపడుతుంది అన్నారు. ఎవరన్నారన్నమాట? అట్లా స్వాతి.
Yes, sir.
ఈశ్వరమని మనుషులు ఉంటే దేశమే గతి బాగుపడుతుంది అన్నారు. ఎవరన్నారన్నమాట? What are you studying, Swati?
Degree final year, sir.
Degree at the subject లో that you
BBA final year, sir.
మరి చెప్పాలి. See, BBA final year. So ఇప్పుడు కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ అనే వర్డ్ నేను చెప్పాను కదా. Can you use it in your own sentence?
Yeah, sir. There is a conflict between manager and employees.
Manager and employees. Okay. What
What
kind of conflicts are there? What's the conflict between India and Maldives? Where is Maldives incidentally?
Sir?
Where is Maldives? Maldives అనేది ఎక్కడ ఉంది? ఇండియాకి మాల్దీవ్స్ కి మధ్యలో ఉన్న కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ ఏంటి? ఇప్పుడు ఏం జరుగుతుంది?
Yeah, sir. ఇండియాని ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చేశారని చెప్పేసి
ఎవరు ఇన్సల్ట్ చేశారు?
మాల్దీవ్స్ లో ఉన్న
ఎవరు?
మంత్రి
What is the category of who insulted Indian Prime Minister?
మినిస్టర్, సార్.
Ministers or deputy ministers?
I don't know, sir, but ministers, 3 ministers.
But do you read Hindu newspaper?
No, sir.
Then do you have civil service aspiration? Who is answering? I am not able to understand who is answering. Is it Sindhuja who is answering?
Yes, sir.
Now, who has insulted whom, and how is this conflict being resolved?
Maldives ministers insulted Narendra Modi, sir.
Then what is the provocation for them? At least what they have said. What is the provocation for the Maldives deputy ministers to insult Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Why did they? What incident have they chosen?
They said Narendra Modi, sir, was a puppet of Israel.
Then what is that incident? What is that incident which has provoked them?
Tourism, sir. Narendra Modi, sir, went to Lakshadweep.
Where is Lakshadweep incidentally?
Sir, in our country, sir.
In our country, that is in UP.
No, sir, no, sir. South.
Where in south? Is it an island?
Yes, sir.
In which sea is this area located? Maldives, I mean the Lakshadweep.
Arabian Sea.
Arabian Sea, right. So where is Maldives?
Maldives is south of Lakshadweep.
Right. So now, what is the conflict? What did Narendra Modi do? What did Prime Minister Narendra Narendra Modi do?
To boycott Maldives.
No,
He said
what is? No, he didn't ask for boycott of Maldives.
not to
What was he trying to advocate? What was he trying to promote?
promote the luxury tourism.
Yes, to promote Lakshadweep, which is our own country, as a tourist area.
Yes, sir.
Why is Maldives affected when we promote tourism? Why are they worried?
Because the tourist visits to Maldives from India.
So, what is the number of tourists that visit Maldives every year, and of them, how many are Indians?
More than 50%, sir.
No, I don't want most. Few. I want numbers. How many tourists visit Maldives every year? And of them, how many are from India? You see, this is what distinguishes you from the others. If you are knowledgeable and if you are facing an interview from the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission.
11% of Indians visit Maldives every year, sir.
No, I agree, but what is the percentage? What is the number, absolute number?
Sir, 2 lakhs 9,000
What is the total number of tourists visiting Maldives every year? Of them, how many? You said 11%. Of them, how many are Indians? That's what I want.
11% of Indians, sir.
What is the total number you are still not giving me?
I think around 15 to 18 lakhs, sir.
Okay, right? Of them, 11% are Indians. Which is the country next in importance as far as Maldives is concerned in terms of tourists?
China.
Not Russia?
Russia and China, sir.
Right. So, what is it you understood now? What is it during the course of this conversation? What is it that you understood? Bhumika,
Learn completely about something.
Bhumika BBS, you want to say anything? Hello? Bhumika, do you want to say anything? Your name is on display. I think apparently your mic is open. Alright. Now, what are the 3 or 4 important items that we discussed right now? Can be Yashasri tell us what are the important items? Or Gori Akila? Would you like to say anything, Akila?
Sir, actually I have joined just now, sir, because of technical issue.
Okay. Selena, would you like to say anything?
Yes, sir. So till now we have discussed about the UPSC entrance exams and also the knowledge of how many civil services are there, and also the main current affair about the Lakshadweep Islands and Maldives Island. We have.
Have you read newspapers, Selena?
Yes, sir. Actually, I was not, sir, but due to reasons, I'm going to attend few entrance exams, sir. So I made sure to start reading and to analyze like how to read a newspaper. I started recently, sir.
When did you start reading a newspaper?
I was just reading newspaper, sir, but not interested to get information or knowledge from it.
Not any attention.
Yes, sir, not with attention. Like I was 0 in GK, but now I'm trying to improve my GK. From past 1 month, sir.
1 month. So you started looking at newspaper. You may not be reading intently, right?
I was not, sir, but now I'm trying to get good information so that which can help me into improve my
When you
GK.
read newspaper, do you get it at home?
Yes, sir.
Put on your video.
get newspaper at home?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Times of India. I started. I started reading.
What's your father, Selena?
Sir, my dad is a businessman, sir. He owns coffee and tea, green tea business.
Very good. Then you are in the fortunate position of having a newspaper at home, Times of India.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you should be able to read the newspaper, not merely look at it.
Yes, sir. I was misusing the opportunity, sir. But now,
You are
as I
missing
am
the
getting
opportunity,
more,
not misusing. You are missing the opportunity. There is a difference between missing the opportunity and misusing.
yes, sir.
If you use the newspaper to pack your snacks, etc., that is misusing the newspaper. But if you are missing the opportunity, means you are not reading.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't think you are using your newspaper as an item for packing, for storing your food items, etc. Isn't it? Huh?
No, sir. No, sir.
Good. So, what did I tell you about reading the newspaper now?
Sir, mainly what you have told, sir, we have to read the Hindu newspaper, because in that we have all over the country news over it, the sport, the news about the country, state, and the weather, and the business side, the each and every news it is over there, and mainly the editorial and the articles which are in a good vocabulary used well in English.
How much time did I tell you to spend on reading the newspaper?
1.5 hours, sir.
1.5 hours. And how much time should you spend in writing the gist of what you have read? Another half an hour.
Yes, sir.
You should spend about half an hour in writing the gist, reading the newspaper for 1.5 hours. Okay?
Yes.
Where do you stay?
Sir, I stay near Safilguda, sir.
Safilguda, which means you spend a lot of time in travel, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when will you start? You see, you are getting already Times of India.
Yes,
Your
sir.
father can afford another digital edition.
Yes, sir. I am trying to get the e-paper from the Hindu
Right. You
papers.
can get the digital edition of e-edition of Hindu newspaper at 1200 rupees per year, which is nothing, 100 rupees per month.
Yes, sir.
If you go out with two of your friends, you'll be running a bill of 200 rupees. Only for coffee, isn't it?
But I'm not that kind of girl who goes out, sir. I barely go out. I have a comfort zone.
You should go out, not spending money on coffee, but you should go out, see the life. Okay. Now, are you prepared to do this kind of work for at least 4.5 to 5 years?
Sir, I want to make it as a habit for me, sir. In my daily routine, I need few good things which give me a positive energy, sir. Before, I used to think that, sir, newspaper or news is like all about the death, the disasters, all only about it. But it is not only about it. There are many other things to get knowledgeable and get to know what is happening throughout the country, sir. I'm just now trying to improve myself, sir.
Okay. Do you have a computer at home?
Yes, sir, completely.
You are
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you use the computer regularly?
Yes, sir. I do, sir.
So start reading the newspaper, spend about an hour and a half every day. Start writing the gist, write down the difficult words,
Yes, sir.
and find out the meanings from the newspaper, from the dictionaries, and
Yes.
put the sentences. Now, your friend has used conflict. Do you like to use that word in your own sentence? She used it saying that there is a conflict between the manager and the employees.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you use that word in another context?
Yes, sir. There was a conflict between me and my friend on an issue that she was the leader of the class, and and she was telling about the class that the class may not be having sufficient amount resources which were used by classmates. Then other people were telling that other students were complaining that we are having other resources which we are using, but we are not able to see something else.
Okay.
Which is the students to student conflict.
Conflict among the students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So what is it you understood now? What are the important items that you think you will follow from this discussion that we have had so far?
So the main thing as I am following, I have to improve in that, writing each and every difficult word, splitting it, and know the pronunciation about it, the meaning about it, and using it, the word, into my regular day-to-day life, which makes me to improve my vocabulary skills, sir.
Okay. What time do you get up normally every day?
Sir, I'm a night owl, sir, so I'll be awake night and I wake up around 10 or 11 in the morning.
How will you attend classes?
Sir, as if for this period it is an online, so I try to just.
I think you should change your habits. You should have sleep.
Yes,
Sleep
sir.
at 9:30. Get up by 4, and then use those very precious morning hours for your reading.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You should regulate your habits accordingly. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Morning hours are the best time for you to do a lot of good focused reading. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. And then, in addition to Times of India, please subscribe to the Hindu and let me have whatever you are writing. You can send that to the principal, who in turn will forward it to me. Your gist.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thanks for.
Are you prepared to go through this process for the next 4.5, 5 years?
The habit of reading newspapers, sir.
Reading newspaper, preparing the
Yes,
gist.
sir. Throughout my life, I need to have that, sir, because I need to have the knowledge about.
Yes,
everything.
I'm mentioning all this because it is not only needed for you to take the competitive examinations, but this kind of a process is really transformative. It's going to add to a lot of your confidence,
Yes,
your
sir.
articulation, your self-assertion, your analytical abilities, your sequential thinking. All this is necessary wherever you go, wherever you seek your job. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Arthika.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Arthika, can you please open your video? Arthika. N. Arthika. BTZC. Hello? I'm not able to hear. Does anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Will you please open your video so that we can see you? Yes, what are you studying, Arthika?
I was studying BSc, sir. Biotechnology second year, sir.
Okay, very good. Where did you do your intermediate?
Alpha Junior College, Karimnagar, sir.
You are from Karimnagar.
No, sir, I'm from Vedwada. I
Yeah.
done my inter. Vedwada, sir.
Veermewada, the erstwhile Karimnagar district, isn't it? Is Veermewada a separate district now?
No, sir, it's Rajana Silsila.
It's part of, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
part of Rajana Silsila's district. Okay. Can you tell us something about your district?
Rajana Silsila is a newly formed district. It is comes under the old
I want
Karimnagar.
about 15 sentences about Rajana Silsila district. Yeah, let's go ahead, Arthika. Incidentally, what does your name mean?
My name it's about money, sir.
Why did your parents name you after Arthika? They want to take a lot of money?
Sibling name, sir. No, sir.
But it's a very strange name, Arthika. I have not come across this name anywhere. It's a very unique name given to you. With the farm house, you make a lot of money.
No, sir.
Or you'll hold
It's
you'll hold
nice.
portfolio someday, like Nirmala Sitaram. Or tell us something about your Rajendra Silsila district.
It's a newly formed district. It comes under the Karina district. It is well developed nowadays. It is under the KCR and KTRs. Compared to old Silsila, now newly formed Silsila is very much developed.
When you talk of a district, this is for all, not only for you. When you talk of a district, what is the most important aspect that you would like to start with? Any of you? Which is the most important aspect? Let us say you are explaining about your district to a person in the United States. How do you start? How do you start? Make a beginning.
Boundaries.
Saujanya, you want to say something?
Boundaries.
Boundaries? Boundaries is, yes, it's important, but more important.
Any special tourist place or
All that will come later. But how do you want to start? I am a total outsider. I don't know anything about this country. I want you to tell me about your Rajana Silsila district. What do you start with?
district collector, sir.
District collector. District collector is a very small thing.
Development, location of the place and the district.
1 minute. Who is this?
R. Anita, sir, from DA. Fine.
Will you please switch on your video, Anita?
Sir, I have some technical issue since I'm sitting in the field, so I think I'm trying from a long time, but I'm unable to do
Okay,
it.
all right. Now, what do you mean by location? Good. This is a good answer. You have some basic application and sequential thinking, right? What do you mean by location?
When we talk about location, it's the geography.
Location of what?
The district, sir.
District, then?
The district, then it comes to the state,
Right?
Then the country, and then we go into different
Tell
specific.
me in that order. Tell me in the order that you mentioned about Rajana Silsila. And what district do you come from?
Sir, I come from Nalgonda district of Telangana.
You tell me, follow the same now and tell me. And I am somebody from, let's say, Oklahoma in the United States. You tell me about Nalgonda. Which part of Nalgonda do you come from? Which part of Nalgonda? 40 people have already left. Yansigaru.
Sir. Sir.
40 students have left. That shows their interest. Alright.
I come from the east of Nalgonda, sir.
Now which place?
60.
Nalgonda town, district or what?
It's a district, sir.
I don't know.
I
Is there a town
come
also?
ఇక్కడ 30 members.
Sir?
Is there a town also?
Yes, sir.
Nalgonda district and town. East of what? Now first tell me, where is Nalgonda in Telangana? Where is Nalgonda in Telangana? Where is Telangana in India?
Then we have to locate the longitude and latitude.
I'm not talking of longitude, I'm just talking of rough location of
Sir,
Nalgonda.
we'll start it from when we are in Telangana, we will say we are in the southern side of India. And when it comes to
Where is
this,
Nalgonda in Telangana?
South of India, sir. South of South India.
I am talking of Telangana. I am talking of Nalgonda. Which part of Telangana does it occupy?
South of Telangana, sir.
Alright then. And where is Telangana in India?
sir, southern part of India, sir.
Are you sure?
Sir, Telangana is in the southern eastern part of India, sir.
Southern part or central part or which part?
Southern eastern part, sir.
Alright, okay. Now, what does this mean? What does this discussion mean? This discussion means that you should go through the Wikipedia in a very careful manner about the district that you come from. Wikipedia contains all these details. Wikipedia contains the details of all the districts in the country. Incidentally, Telangana, we noted, has 33 districts. How many districts are in our country? Can anybody tell me how many districts are in our country? So obviously, you are not reading with any intent to retain. There are more than 780 districts as of now, and that number is increasing in the country.
Yeah, it's not 6 districts in India, sir.
Huh?
Yeah, it's not 6 districts.
806.
729.
Correct. 806, including those which have been recently formed in Rajasthan. So, if you have an ambition to become a civil servant, one of the things that you should do in the next 2 years is to develop a reasonably good knowledge about all the 800 districts by writing 5 pages about each one of these 800 districts. Each one of these 800 districts. And that information is in Wikipedia. You understand that? And Wikipedia gives reasonably good information about each one of the districts in this country, and you start with Telangana and then move on to other states. First write about all the 33 districts of Telangana and then move to the other states. And when you start talking about a district, location is the first thing, isn't it? Location of the district within the state and location of the state within the country. What other things do you focus on? What are the other items that you focus when you write about a district? You already spoke of location. Then next.
Population, sir. Then population, sir.
Population is
Population development.
And
but before population, what is the area of the district?
Area of district.
Area of the district, then population, then
Any tourist places. Language.
resource.
population you only have one point and other points also. Sex ratio, how many males, how many females,
Density and rank.
density of population, then literacy of the people, okay, then how many towns, how many villages, then comes the details relating to industry, agriculture, forest, etc. And each district also has its own gross domestic product. The value of the gross domestic product of the district is also given in the Wikipedia. Like you have the state domestic product, the gross domestic product is also given. Incidentally, what is the state domestic product? What is the per capita income of Telangana? Per capita income in Telangana. What's the per capita income? So you need to know that if you have a civil service aspiration, if you are yes, somebody is wanting to say.
So per capita is the average income of an individual.
3 lakhs, around 3 lakhs is the per capita income. Good. And what is the per capita income of a person in Nalgonda? Find out. You may not readily have it. Please find out. So that will give you a comparative picture between the state and Nalgonda. And what are the other features? What are the major issues relating to irrigation? If you have to describe Nalgonda district, how do you describe the irrigation?
Sir,
Yes?
per capita income of Nalgonda is nearly to 2 lakhs, sir.
Right. It is 2 lakhs, which means, is it a backward district as compared to the state, other districts?
Yes, sir.
It is, yes. Now, all right. Which are the when you talk of Nalgonda district, tell me 2 or 3 major irrigation projects and 2 or 3 industrial projects, industrial or power projects. Which is the most important irrigation project? You have not heard of Nagarjuna Sagar project?
Kaleshwaram.
Sir, Nagarjuna Sagar
One
is
minute.
one.
Is Kaleshwaram in Nalgonda district?
No, sir.
Then I am talking of Nalgonda district.
Sir, Nalgonda is for about Nagarjuna Sagar project and Musi project, sir.
Right. You see, that's what you need to know. And what is the significance of Nagarjuna Sagar project? How many TMCs are stored? What is a TMC? So I am raising all these because you need to know them. You need to know about Nagarjuna Sagar project, which is the most important irrigation project. Which is when was it started? Who started? When did the construction begin? Which are the districts?
405 TMC, sir.
Huh?
405 TMC, sir.
405 TMC. Right. Good.
Yes, sir.
Now, did you find it from the Wikipedia net?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now this is how you need to develop an understanding. What is a TMC? What is a TMC and how do you relate it to irrigation? How many acres? How much of area?
It's the capacity of water per
Sir, TMC means 1,000 million cubic feet, sir.
1,000 million cubic feet. That's right. Now, 1 TMC is capable of irrigating about 6,000 acres of paddy for the entire crop or 10,000 acres of ID for the entire crop. You need to remember that. 1 TMC of water, if it is stored, it's capable of irrigating 6,000 acres of paddy, that is wet cultivation, and 10,000 acres of ID, which is a dry cultivation. Okay? So, what do you say when you talk of Nalgonda? You talk of Nagarjuna Sagar? Which are the other industries in Nalgonda? Other industries. Did you go to Vadapalli anytime?
Yes, sir.
Who went to Vadapalli? Is it Sushma? What did you find in Vadapalli?
Cement factory, sir.
Right. So, Nalgonda district has a number of cement factories. What is the date of birth of your father?
I don't know, sir.
Huh? You don't know?
I
You don't know
don't
the
know.
date of birth of your father?
I don't know about the year, sir. Date, I don't know.
What is the year? You don't know the year? Should you not
Yes,
know
sir.
the date of birth of your father, Sushma?
అంటే కరెక్ట్గా వాళ్ళకి తెలియదు సార్.
వాళ్ళకి కూడా తెలీదా? ఏం చేస్తారు మీ నాన్నగారు?
వాచ్మెన్ సార్, అపార్ట్మెంట్లో వాచ్మెన్.
ఎక్కడ?
కొత్తపేట సార్.
Kottapet. I am asking you this question because I was RDO Miryalguda, I was Deputy Collector Miryalguda. Where is Miryalguda?
Palakveedu, sir.
Huh?
At Jampahad Road.
No. ఎక్కడుంది?
Jampahad దగ్గర, sir. Palakveedu అని మండల్, న్యూ మండల్.
Miryalguda Jampad దగ్గర ఉంది. Jampad is famous for what?
Cement factory, sir.
No. Jampad is famous for its dargah, Janpahad Dargah. అవునా కదా?
తెలుసు సార్, బట్ మీరు ఇలా అడిగారని నేను.
You see, Miryalguda is an important place. It is now having lot of rice mills.
Yes, sir.
And I was RDO Miryalguda in the year 1978 to 18. Probably before your father was born.
Yes, sir.
And around the time when your father was born.
Yes, sir.
So there are a number of cement factories along the banks of River Krishna, and Vadapalli is one where the Rasi cement factory was started. Now it is taken over by India Cements. Okay?
Yes, sir.
In addition, there is a major power project which is coming up at a place called Damarichala. Have you heard of that? Did any of you hear of Damarichala?
Yes, sir.
Evaru?
Yes, sir. Heard about that place, but not.
Where do you come from?
Familiar.
Harsha, where do you come from?
Nagarkarnool. I come from Hastinapura, sir, near LB Nagar. But native place is Nagarkarnool. Native place is Arts&Science, sir.
Right. Nagarkarnool is part of which district? Arts&Science district.
Nagarkarnool is the new district, sir.
Right. It was part of which undivided district?
Mahbub Nagar, sir.
Mahbub Nagar, sir.
Yeah. Nagarkarnool is on your way to Achampet and also to Srisailam. Avuna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the point I am making is, so what did we notice from all this discussion? ఇందాక నుంచి నేను ఈ జిల్లా గురించి, ఇండస్ట్రీస్ గురించి, ఇరిగేషన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ గురించి చెప్పడానికి ఉద్దేశం ఏంటి?
A complete info of the district, sir. If you can go to someone is
Everywhere where you go, you will be asked this question, and it's a thing which you can lead the interview board because you can be very comfortable dealing with your district. కాబట్టి మీ జిల్లాకు సంబంధించిన సమాచారం సమగ్రంగా సేకరించి పెట్టుకోవాలి. And I told you it's available. Where is it available?
Wikipedia.
So all the districts of the country, they are exhaustively mentioned in the Wikipedia. Each one of them is mentioned. So మీరు టేబుల్ లాగా వేసుకుని ఆ టేబుల్లో ఒక్కొక్క జిల్లాకి సంబంధించిన వివరాలన్నీ రాసుకుంటూ you should compare one district with another. One district with another district. You understand that? So, what did we discuss? We discussed the reading of the newspaper. We discussed writing the gist of important news items and articles. We discussed writing important words or new words which you have not understood, using them in your own word. We discussed going through the Wikipedia, knowing about the district, and the next thing, you should be able to know about all the states and the union territories after you do this, as you do this parallelly. You should know about each one of the states and union territories. How many are there?
8 union territory.
And how many states?
31.
31.
29 states, sir.
33.
She is wanting the number of states to be the same as the number of districts in Telangana. No.
29 states, sir.
There are, please check whether it is 28, 29 and union territories. Why 28?
It was before formation of Telangana, sir.
Right. Now, but after Telangana, one state has lost its statehood. Which is that?
Jammu and Kashmir, sir.
Jammu and Kashmir. What has become of that?
So Ladakh and Jammu became the union territories, and Kashmir became the state.
Kashmir became the state. And you are sure?
Not sure, sir.
That is why we should know. If you are invited, let's say, to a place in outside the state, you should be able to say about your state, how many states are there in our country, and if you are invited outside the country, you should be able to say how many states. So you should write about all the states that are there in this country. Write 10 pages about each state and 10 pages about each union territory. Incidentally, Lakshadweep, is it a state?
Union territory.
It's a union territory. Which are the other union territories? You think of? Can you remember any?
Delhi.
Delhi is a state or a union territory? Delhi and Goa, are they states or union territories? Please go through that. If it is a union territory, why is there a chief minister? Delhi has a chief minister.
Yes, sir.
Goa has a chief minister.
Yes, sir.
So, these are the issues which will come up, and you will be asked these questions in the UPSC interview or in any interview. So, please know what is the special status of Delhi and Goa. Okay, now what did I say? You should know about the district, you should know about the states, you should know about all the districts in the country, you should know about all the states in the country. So, when will you start working on them?
From today itself, sir.
From today.
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Jansi garu?
Sir.
Jansi garu?
Sir.
మరి మీరు ఈ నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నారా?
చేశాను సార్.
All of them who have civil service ambition or who have an ambition of transforming themselves should start working on that.
Yes, sir.
So let's not చేసుకుని next meeting we'll have a physical meeting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
కాలేజ్ లో physical meeting పెడదామా?
పెడదాం సార్.
On a Sunday. Will they come?
సండే. వీకెండ్లో పెడదాం సార్. సండే ఇంకా కోచింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేశాక ఇంకా సండే లేదు, మండేస్ లేదు సార్ వాళ్ళకి.
అందుకనే కోచింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నట్టు ఇవాళ చదువుకోవాలంటారు.
ఎస్ సార్.
So let's have a meeting on Sunday. Maybe not this Sunday, maybe some Sunday.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, sir.
Let us start reviewing what they have done.
ఓకే సార్. షూర్ సార్.
Okay?
ఓకే సార్.
So anything else that you want to ask me? Any of the students? Any students would like to ask me? Anything?
Sir, this is R&D.
Huh?
R&D, sir. I would like to ask one thing.
Yeah?
I needed, sir, can you please give us a detailed information on the booklet, sir? Standard book.
For civil services.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That will be given.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
I will not right now tell you about this books and all that. You first start reading the newspaper. That's all, simple. We'll come to books and all that later. Your first reading is newspaper reading. Simple. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Right. So we'll keep you in touch. We'll keep in touch and then have a physical session in the MV hall and probably meet in the next 10 days or so. And let me understand how you have started your preparation. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see you all in the next meeting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll post all the important points which were dealt by sir today or tomorrow itself. So do start your preparation at least with the newspaper, that is Hindu newspaper. Yes, sir has already guided you how to go about it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All the very best.
Thank you,
You
ma'am.
must achieve higher goals.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
కొంచెం పిల్లలకి అంటే క్వశ్చన్ వేస్తే ఆన్సర్ చెప్పగలిగే కెపాసిటీ ఉంటే వాళ్ళకి ధైర్యం వస్తుంది.
ధైర్యం వస్తా.
ఇప్పుడు మన